Kenny, very good afternoon to you. So, of course, you've been monitoring developments there throughout the day. It was a short day in the hot seat for Brown Mogotsi. I mean, give us a sense then, just after yesterday's explosive testimony, what were the highlights today?
Indeed, good afternoon to you, Nati, and to the viewers at home. We saw a very confident Brown Mogotsi, that is the alleged associate of Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, first take the stand yesterday, where he took the commission into this intelligence world, which seemingly is his defense for the alleged conduct, which places him at the center between him and, of course, the Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Vusimuzi Matlala, that alleged cartel member, in these allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system, as he is the person in those WhatsApp exchanges that is interacting with Vusimuzi Matlala, who we've already heard through evidence believed he was speaking to a close associate of the police minister, allegedly, or someone that would have had the kind of proximity that would have been able to safeguard not only his SABC tender, but would have also been able to shield him from any accountability in terms of the arrest that would later follow for the attempted murder of his former partner, that is Tebogo Tobejane, which explains the reaction that he had in the WhatsApp exchanges, that was very upset or frustrated at Brown Mogotsi when he didn't get either of the, the protection and the safeguarding of the contract, but instead landed up arrested. But what is at the core of this evidence is that seemingly this intelligence evidence or intelligence world evidence of Brown Mogotsi claiming that he is a contact agent and that his proximity or his interactions with Vusimuzi Matlala were based on this perception or creating a perception in order to investigate him. But of course, that evidence raised a lot of questions, not only for the commission but the public as a whole, because you're seeing in the WhatsApp exchanges that the interactions they were having were that of a transactional financial benefit to Brown Mogotsi, and not so much Vusimuzi Matlala, but he is stating or reducing those interactions to that of a contact agent, seemingly to try and distance the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, who was placed on a leave of absence, from these allegations that were made in the 6th of July media briefing. But instead, what it does is that it not only draws the minister closer, but it also exposes significant flaws in the testimony. And that's what you saw being exercised at 2 o'clock today. The reason why we started later is because he had to consult with his lawyers about some of the questions that the commission had about the exhibits and how it didn't match with what he was responding to in the testimony. But it seemed that what he was seemingly trying to do when he started the testimony was to go further into these, operations he was doing as a contact agent and how it revealed to him alleged corruption within the criminal intelligence. But of course, that is not the center of what is being probed here. The issues he has to answer to is that direct benefit allegedly from Vusimuzi Matlala, and to what extent did it allegedly go to the police minister, Senzo Mchunu. So what has been put to him, the proposition that has been made, is that all of these efforts and the CIA claims and this intelligence world background that he puts before the commission was merely just a misdirection tactic from what was really being presented in the 6th of July Mkonazi briefing, because he's not truly addressing the substance of those allegations that were made during that briefing that shocked the nation, but is trying to introduce new elements without any factual evidence to back it up in order to, according to the evidence leader, introduce misdirection tactics in this probe, which is essentially centered on that 6th of July briefing. So you saw several elements of his claims, including the CIA claims about the king of the Amazulu nation, as well as the bribery claims against top cop, that is General Fani Masemola, being dismantled right before the commission quite easily by the evidence leader, that is Advocate Matthew Toskerson, SC, because it does not coincide or reconcile with whatever facts that they were bringing forth. So with the CIA claims, he claimed that they were Western interests that King Misuzulu and General Mkhwanazi were allegedly protecting with this coal mine. But simple facts, just about 3 facts that were placed about this particular mine, absolutely dismantled that defense and showed that actually not only is it thriving, but it wasn't shut down, and it could be absurd to suggest that these two were CIA agents trying to protect this particular mine. With the bribery claims, the difficulty for Brown Mogotsi is that there are several WhatsApp exchanges where there is this financial benefit being exchanged, and you see him persistently asking for financial assistance from Brown Mogotsi. Not at one point, however, do you see this Vusimuzi cat Matlala in his WhatsApp exchanges or in the voice recordings that were presented by Witness C revealing any kind of attempt to bribe General Fani Mosemola. So, of course, that claim as well fell away. And several other instances as well where the Commission was able to see through the evidence leader, that is Advocate Matthew Charskison, how this evidence may not be quite credible before the Commission. Of course, that final call will be the bench themselves. However, it's not looking good for Brown Mogotsi, who's expected to return to the witness stand tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. and continue with his evidence or his version, which sought to take the Commission into the intelligence world, being tested and now being brought back right to the heart of the allegations that he has to answer to.